decided to go black for that quick second, but anyways, we're still on the same page. Alright, Sayori rapidly cheers up the wrapper and takes a big bite. Oh, good. Sayori only claps her hands over her mouth. I bit my tongue. You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Mitsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Yours looks really good too, Mitsuki. Can I try it? Jeez. Beggars can be choosers, but yours is chocolate. Yeah, but why didn't you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Terry gets out of her seat, goes behind Mitsuki, then wraps her arms around her. Jeez, I get it. Cookie still is in hand. Mitsuki reaches up to nudge Sherry off of her. Oh. Sherry suddenly leans down and takes a bite out of Mitsuki's cookie. Hey, did you really just do that? Mouthful, Sherry darts away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayori, Mitsuki glances around. Monica isn't in the club room. Huh. Where's Monica anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Me? Yeah, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She's probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. And you don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. And that's true. Excuse me. Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. And there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. Boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monica quizzically glances at me. Never mind that. What held you up anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kinda just lost track of time. That makes no sense though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must have not heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. I don't, really. I kind of just started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool. You should play something for us, Monica. Monica, look at me. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. Yay! That sounds cool. I look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Danny. Monica smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently, and I really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I chose to leave while Sayori Mischievous escaped. I'm sure Mitsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. Looks like everyone has already settled down. Sayori somehow already finished her entire cookie. Yuri back to her book, and Mitsuki disappeared into the closet. I'm very curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time I will feel bad for distracting her from me. Glimpse of her cover of her looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she knows me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and her eyes me for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deep in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so that's a book that you gave me, right? I wanted to reread some of it, not for any particular reason, just curious how you have 2 copies of the same book. Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. I see there's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging, relatable book. It's that so. What's it about? Anyway, well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is a portrait of Mark Ruff. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl, high school, who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. You're not a fan of that sort of thing, Danny? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kind of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and really reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. But horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. They don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then, but I feel like I shouldn't let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people, so I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please tell me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started on reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I stay here, right? I step into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah? Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something that I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. See if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but that feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It's like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just Yuri. You really apologize a lot, don't you? I do. I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean, well, this should work, alright. I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold up my book between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm I feel like my left arm is in the way. So I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the bolt between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn the page where it slides in under the thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. Oh my god, I've never read this much. But it's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Let's turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. Glance over Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do. Since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn by my own violation. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she's also second-guess all of the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. Not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. You remain silent for a moment, but Danny, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's embarrassing that you think that. Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri self-spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry, we haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright, I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. I guess I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's a good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time, alright? I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. Who should I show my poem to? I will go how I went last time. I think I went with Natsuki first. Well, it's not really any worse than yours last one, but I can't really say it's any better either. Phew. Phew what? Well, anything that isn't a train wreck, I'll take it as a win. And I get the feeling you're probably the most critical. Hey, what makes you... Wait, maybe that's a compliment. Glad to see someone recognizing my experience. Well then, keep practicing and maybe you'll be as good as me someday. That's, something tells me Natsuki completely missed the point. Come to think of it, this kind of reminds me of Sayori's poem from yesterday. You think so? Yeah, well, I guess if you've been friends with her for so long, you might be on the same wavelength, but you never really struck me as her type. Sayori has a type all of a sudden? Well, I don't know, but honestly, how can someone so fluffy spend so much time with someone like you? It's like she's dragging around the dead weight. Ugh, that was a little unnecessary, but to think of it this way, if it weren't for me, she would probably just fly away like letting go of a balloon. You could say we each take care of each other in our own way. Whatever it is, I don't get it. Oh yeah, I'm guessing I'm supposed to show you my own now. Here. Oh my god, it's long. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wrinkly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of her words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers. I'm gonna tell everyone. Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday. Yesterday was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think the best I could do. No, of course not. Anyways, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain something. You can explain complicated issues with analogies, and it helps realize how stupid they're being. Like, anyone agree that subject of this poem is ignorant jerk? Do you know people like that? Of course. But how everyone thinks mine, that doesn't matter. It can't be about anything. I write about to be easy to relate to. Anyone has some kind of weird hobby or guilty pleasure. Something that you're afraid if people find out, they make fun of you, think less of you, but it just makes people stupid. Who cares what some people like, as long as they're not hurting someone it makes them happy. I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. Well, you're definitely right. At least I can relate to that. I'm sure a lot of other people can too. It's what I do best after all. I don't like writing unless there's good message to take away from it. Like conveying emotion is important, but I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm gonna write a good one for tomorrow, so look forward to it. Then after her, I went with Monica, I believe. Hi again, Danny. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. Take that as long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I give the poem to Monica. Alright, great job, Danny. I was going, in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectation low. That's way it's always counts when I put in some effort. That's not fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that? Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayuri, who likes using some indirect words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by the feel or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances. Can make years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri's at this point. I never really asked though. I'm sure I'm nowhere at her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn, trying to new things. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Alright. Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors, flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue, and endless. I have no idea what that cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating, waveforms, squeaking, screeching, piercing, sine, cosine, tangent, like playing a chalkboard on a turntable, like playing a Vinley on a pizza crust, an endless poem of meaningless. Load me. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? It's just the way I write. I'm sorry you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just the kind of thing I never really seen before, I guess. Kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where I have to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really sure makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's so hard for me to tell what it's about though. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be an abstract, a physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Malika's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing difficult decisions. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might change your mind, or when something unexpected might happen. Wait, is this tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Sure, I can't save right now. What the fuck? Alright, then I guess I went with Uriel. Now, let's see what you've written for today. She says at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? Danny, how did you pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing. Maybe that's why. You did a good job explaining. I really wanted to try giving it more imaginary. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweating. I'm not used to this. Used to what? I don't know. It's fine. Take your time. Breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer her the patience to her. Yeah, just being appreciated like this, I guess. It probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone motivated by my writing, it just makes me really happy. Are you saying you'll never share writing before? Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe it. I really only write to myself. And besides, people would just laugh at me. Do you really think that? Again, Yuri nods. Even your close friends? Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why. Anyway, do you want to share your poem you wrote today? Yeah, I do. If it's with you. Darn, I don't know how to read cursive. The raccoon. It happened in the dead of the night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an undying human. Probably. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences. Well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was that symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity raccoon, an image? I don't know what that says. The moon increments its face and it affects that in such more light of my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited, or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken the following me. You could say that it's been gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood, classic Purularium conditioning. I slice the bread, and I feel myself again. Oh my god. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can begin to imagine what this poem is about. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style, using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imaginary and convey emotions through them. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. Some sort of thing I'm usually forced to keep to myself. So sometimes I enjoy writing about them. That's funny. Dana Suki also wrote something about that. About something being ridiculed for a strange interest. She did. Yeah. She was talking about how it doesn't matter what you're into as long as you're not hurting anybody. She's right. I mean, she does really feel that way. Yeah, sounds like you two have that in common. That's interesting. To me, she seemed like the kind of person who would make fun of my hobbies. But I suppose that's my fault for judging, isn't it? Please don't tell her I said that. Haha, don't worry, I have no reason to. Okay. Well, thank you for sharing it with me. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. Last person. Oh, I like this one, Danny. It has a nice feeling in it. I'm glad. Still, though, your tone makes it sound like you like yesterday's poem better. And I guess you got me. Sometimes you know me a little too well for my own good. Don't just try to be nice about it. If I'm doing a bad job, then I'd rather just hear it. No, I still like this one, I promise, I wouldn't lie to you, Danny. Never, ever. I guess so. What made yesterday's poem great compared to this one then? Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad, but so I just go by my heart. If it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem. I'm not sure exactly how it works. Then again, I'm conveying feelings is a pretty important part of his whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place. Yeah, me neither. Ugh, why don't you at least try giving it some thought? You want to write something for me? That's so sweet. Yeah, right. But you're always thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point. Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll try to keep it in mind. Well, whatever. Anyways, let's see. Oh, I guess I like happy poems. Wait, something that likes sad poems too. Sounds like a little bit of both. There's a word for that, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet? Yeah, I like things that are happy and things that are sad. Happy and sad? I can't see you liking something sad to read. Well, I like happy the most, but sometimes when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can give the rain cloud a little hug and make a nice happy rainbow. So you're right, it's unexpected poetic. Is it? Maybe I'm getting better at expressing my feelings after all. Thanks, Danny. I should go write the poem then. You can read my poem now. Bottles. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's the secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine, all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly, but there's no time to waste. I put in a bottle to keep it safe, and I put a bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in the bottles all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends, each bottle starlit to make amends. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way. Down comes the bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams, friend after friend, more bottles, deeper and deeper my fingers go. Like exploring dark caves, discovering the secret hiding in the nooks and crannies, digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more, my friends. Look through my locked front door. Finally, all done. I open up and in come my friends. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf, one after the other, holding them out to each other and every friend. Each and every bottle, but every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading something, but all I hear is an echo, 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 echo inside my head. Holy crap, sorry, did you really write this? Of course I did. Yeah, but I mean, I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monica taught me a whole lot, and I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm used to being cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it. Oh, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic. You got pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it. Yeah, writing's the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die. Don't get ahead of yourself. Sarah's always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. I wonder if it's this one of those times, but seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to pessimistic. Okay, everyone, we're all done reading each other poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Ugh, do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can't put together anything good in just a few days. Well, just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Suri has been working on posters and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to do for the event. Sorry, I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Monica? Yeah, we're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sari's putting in all of the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Hey, Sari, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting those posters up, did you? Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no, it's not that bad idea, but I didn't sign up for this, you know. There's no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys, no, Sayuri, I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple of days ago. It's a lot to us for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that, so I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put on a good performance, then it will be inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone that literature is all about. Yeah, it's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right. And those reasons that we're all in the club today. Don't you want to share that with others to inspire them to find the feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if it all takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yumi remain silent. Sayuri looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. Don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sari and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but it looks like Natsuki doesn't have any argument left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. Alright, phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glanced around at everyone, expectant face. I guess I don't really have a choice. Haha, that's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Oh gosh, you'll be fine, Yuri. But anyways, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way. Monica, this isn't too sudden. Well, if you can recite your own poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of your strangers? Oh no, don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little bit more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now let's see. Monica flips to her notebook to the specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then steps behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line, reciting, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is it simply natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayuri looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica. Haha, thank you so much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayuri? I'll go next. Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called Yuri's anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri. It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. A moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple lines, her voice changes. Most like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quavering words transform into sharp word of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns into its structure as she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her, and she's bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save this situation. I'm the first to start applying. Everyone joins after me afterward, and we gave Yuri the recognition she deserves. So that we didn't want to apply for her, but we were just caught off guard that we must have forgotten. As we apply, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back into her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. It looks like Yuri's down for the count. Okay, I guess I'm the next then. So Yuri hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one's called My Midiwu. Sorry, I giggle. Hey, Sayuri, it's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it like you're reciting the other poem. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror, or in your own head. It's your poem, so I'll come out the best that way. I see. Okay then. Sayuri begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayuri is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come out of Sayuri's voice almost gives a whole new meaning. Maybe that is what Sayuri meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone's thought I knew though and through. Sayuri finishes and we applaud. I did it. Good job, Sayuri. Even Danny liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? It came out nicely, Sayuri. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely, but it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where the sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them, depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do it in front of everyone. The next time I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know. Okay, now who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before Danny. It's not like I can compare you guys anyway. Might as well let Danny lower everyone's standards a little before I have to do it. Natsuki, it's fine. I might as well get it over with. It's not like I have much of a selection on what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote today. I stand up, step in the front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that will improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alrighty then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah, I'm going. Natsuki gradually gets over to her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called. It's called. Why are you all looking at me? Because you're presenting? Anyways, the poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. When she starts reciting the poem, her soul attitude disappeared a little. She's a little unenthused. Her poem has a rhythm to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken out loud. The words feel like they bounce up and down as if giving life to a poem. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. He holds back here. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You better not make me do that again. Oh, well. Do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of the other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be very easier. I mean, put on whatever face I want for other people. But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope that you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez, you should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for this club. It makes me really happy. Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone, I think it's about time for that today. I know the festival is coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. I can't wait. I can do this. Alright. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find some enthusiasm in Suri and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club and impress Monica, then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayuri? Yep. Look at you two always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Hehe. Jeez, guys, don't make it such a big deal out of it. It must be a little nice, though. How am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, Danny, you don't have to say it. Whatever, let's get already. I walk home with Sayuri once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, it's being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayuri. Sorry, I was spacing out. No wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to, Sayuri fumbles with her words. So let's just say that one day Yuri asked to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me in a spot here. Can I save? I can't save. Fuck. Oh, I know this is gonna be impact on the choices that I make. I'm sorry. Walking forward with Yuri, huh? Why does that thought of that make my heart pound? Given how hard it is for her to socialize, I would feel awful turning her down, so since she's so beautiful and smart, that has nothing to do with what I just said. You admitted it. Jeez. There's not even a point in speculating something that's never going to happen. Well, maybe. But I just like to think about it. It's not long before you won't need me anymore, you know? Need you, Sayuri? I can't figure out how you're seeing things in your head right now. Sorry. Everyone is different. Nobody in the club is a replacement for you. If you say so. The conversation trails off and I left feeling awkward. It's kind of her fault for chopping me with such a weird question. I can't just lie to her. But there's something that makes her happy. I would hate to take that away from her. That's why I said there's no point in speculating. Then again, the festival was only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time? Can I save now? Bruh, I wanna save. Let me save. Ugh. Disaster. Broken. Hopeless. Empty. That word. Memories. Suicide? What the fuck? Sure, suicide. Romance. Clumsy. Death. Graveyard. Inferno. Straight. Controllable. Sadness. Unstable. Climax. Forgive. Grief. Oh man, I'm the last one here again. Don't worry, I just fuck. Let me save. God damn it. Okay, you must have a lot of determination. Starting this club and now picking. Oh, okay, I figured it out. Starting this club and now picking up a piano. Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. Remember that the club wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you, and I'm sure happy that you're willing to help out for the festival too. I can't wait for the festival. It's gonna be great. Weren't you complaining about it yesterday, Natsuki? Well, yeah, I'm not talking about our part of the festival, but it's a whole day of school where we get to play and eat all kinds of delicious food. It's like a bit like Sayuri all of a sudden. Monica, do you really usually have fried squid? Squid? That's pretty much a specific thing to look forward to. Oh, come on. Are you saying you don't like squid? You of all people? Hey, I didn't say I don't like it. Ugh. Besides, what do you mean by you of all people? Because it's right in your name. Mon, Aika, Ika, Monica. That's not how you say my name at all. Also, the joke makes no sense in translation. Never mind, let's just focus on our own event for now, okay? Hehe, fine. Your reactions aren't as fun as Yuri's of Shiori anyway. Excuse me, where is Sayuri anyway? Oh, there you are. Sayuri is sitting at a desk in the corner of the room, looking down at nothing. I walk over to her. Hey, Sayuri! I wave my hand in front of her face. You're spacing out again. Sorry. Don't mind me, you can go talk to everyone else. Huh? Is everything alright? Of course, why wouldn't it be? Just feels like you're a little off. Sorry for assuming things. Geez, you worry too much about me. I'm fine, see? Sayuri shows me a big smile. Don't let me distract you from having a fun time with everyone. Well, alright, if you say so. I warily glance at Sayuri before turning back towards everyone else. But the conversation has already dispersed, with everyone back at their usual activities. Maybe I should ask Monica if she's known anything about Sayuri recently. Since they've been preparing for the festival, they must be spending a lot of time together. I timidly approach Monica, who is shuffling through some papers at her desk. Danny, what's up? Hey, this may sound a little strange, but have you noticed anything with Sayuri recently? Anything up with her? In what way do you mean? Maybe I'm reading into a little too much, but she seems a bit downcast today. Oh, you think so? I can't say I've noticed anything about her. Monica peers across the room at Sayuri, who is illy dragging a rubber eraser up and down her desk. Maybe there's something on her mind, but I'm surprised I'm not the one asking you, Danny. You certainly know her a lot more than I do. Yeah, but she's never really like this. She's always talked to me about things that bothered her. But this time, when I asked her, she was really dismissive. Sorry, I know it's not your problem. I just wanted to ask if you knew anything, so I'll drop it now. No. It's important for me too. I mean, I'm also friends with her. I also care about the well-being of my club members, you know. Maybe I'll try talking to her myself. Are you sure about that? She seemed like she wanted to be left alone. Are you sure? Maybe she just had a hard time bringing that up with the person of interest. Person of interest? What do you mean by that? I'm saying that maybe the thing on her mind is you, Danny. Me? How on earth would you come up with that conclusion? Well, I probably shouldn't say too much, but Suri talks about you more than anything else, you know? She's been so much happier ever since you joined the club. It's like an extra light was turned on inside her. What? No, wait. Suri is always like that. She's always been full of sunshine. It's not any different now that I always has been. Hehe. You're so funny, Danny. Have you thought that maybe you're always seeing her as so cheerful because that's just how she is when she's around you? I said too much. I'm sorry. What do I know anyway? I didn't mean to jump to conclusions, so you should start forgetting about what I said. I'll try to talk to her, so try not to think about much for it now. Alright. Monica smiles meaningfully and she said to forget about it, but I already know that I won't be able to get her words out of my head. Monica stands up from her desk and walks across the room where Suri is sitting. I watch her kneel down next to Shuri and gently talk to her, but she keeps her voice so quiet that I can't hear from her. As if my self-doubt. I know Shuri told me not to worry about her and to have fun with everyone else. But that's impossible to do when she's behaving like this. Exactly how do I care about her that I'm letting this weight me down so much? Now it feels like I'm the one behaving out of my ordinary. But there's nothing I can do besides wait for Monica. Why does it feel like I'm being watched? I glance around the room. Suddenly, I notice her peering at me from over her book. But she looks away just as quickly with flustered look on her face. I realize she won't get anywhere like this. I've never really seen her approach anyone, so I start a conversation on her own accord. So I have no choice to approach her myself. But now, it's a little easier for me to do that. I stand up to my desk, sit next to her. I didn't mean to bother you or anything. Relax, you didn't do anything. But I could tell that I wanted to be alone with your thoughts. Alone with my thoughts. How are you even able to tell that I was thinking like that? Well, it's something that I do a lot, so I wasn't hard for spot potion expression. Not that I was staring or anything. I didn't do anything creepy like that. In any case, I guess you were right. I'm sorry I accused you of any concern. Don't apologize. Your troubles are only concern of those who are willing to share in that concern. Of course, there are certainly those who find the most comfort in keeping them to themselves. But if you prefer to share on your mind, then I will be glad to listen. It's really not big of a deal. I was feeling a bit uneasy about Sayuri. Yeah, she seems a little off today, but I asked her about it. She didn't want to admit it to me, so I can help wonder if something happened to her at home. Sorry, I didn't mean to say anything stupid. It's not that. She didn't want you to misunderstand. Sayuri and I just have been friends for a long time, that's all. I see. Then perhaps it's unusual for her to dismiss to you about her feelings. Or maybe I'm just doing it a little more too much. Danny, the world is full of meaning, often hidden deep beneath plain sight. And there are many untold mysteries behind every presence, so no matter how well you may know them, so you think that there might be something behind it after all. Tinsari is a very complex person. Her mannerisms on the outside don't always match what's maybe going on the inside her head, and she may not always know what she wants. I noticed her strange behavior today too, and I also feel some concern for her. But in your case, it looked like she was fully occupying her thoughts, wasn't she? Well, I guess that wasn't the case. Sayuri, she really means a lot to you, doesn't she? I guess. But you don't need to put it in that way. We're just good friends, that's all. Her expression is tense and curious as she's searching for something. Embarrassed, I avert my gaze. Sometimes, the present mysteries are untold even to themselves. And you, as someone honest and caring, may uncover feelings you weren't aware of when you're in you. That is, I think, She would be a very fortunate person to have you feel that way about her. Yuri, you're giving me too much credit. I'm a pretty simple guy. So I think I'm pretty good at understanding my own feelings. I'm not nearly as sophisticated as you. Aha. That's not a compliment, is it? It is what it is. Anyways, as long as we're here, why don't we do something really? Well, as long as you're okay with it. Yeah. I should be taking my mind off this whole thing anyway. Okay, everyone. After some time passes, Micah calls out for the club. Why don't we share our poems now? Before I knew it, everything is back to normal. Everyone goes to retrieve their poems, and I do the same. I make contact with Monica, and she smiles at me. I don't know what she was talking about with Sir Yuri. Alright, well, I'm gonna leave it here today, guys. I'm gonna continue tomorrow. Because... oh, that's an autosave. Oh, alright, cool. So I'll just save there. Cause it's almost 2 o'clock where I live. So we'll just save there. You could skip this. What the fuck? Well, anyways, guys, you all have a good night. So I'll be streaming this tomorrow, seeing how dark this game gets. Supposedly it has suicide, depression, and everything. So who knows? I may be getting close to it, or I may not be getting close to it. Who knows? But later, Taco pops out.